Alright everybody, and welcome to a new thing. Remember the Sierra logo? I do too. Ding dong. So it is currently August in the land of me, but you're probably going to be seeing this in October, because I'm going to go ahead and get an early start on the Halloween videos for this year. We're going to have a normal human amount of fun, okay? And this here is Gabriel Knight, Sins of the Fathers. You would know that if you could read. This is... I've said before, I think King's Quest VI is kind of the peak of the Sierra adventure game, and Quest for Glory 4 is my personal favorite Sierra game. But this game is pretty damned good too, and very, very close to being Sierra's greatest work. The music is fantastic, and that's about to kick in here in just a second. Oh yeah. Is that not the most awesome soundtrack ever? Anyway, this is a more adult-themed adventure game that has some darker elements to it, so it's a good little game to play for the Halloween season. And just a good adventure game here in general, and features voice acting from the likes of Tim Curry, Michael Dorn, Mark Hamill, to name a few. And you're probably tired of hearing me ramble on, so let's go ahead and watch the intro right quick, and we'll just get into it, and I'll explain more things as they need explaining, and I'll probably do it poorly. That was a dream. A very normal dream, as one has. Game designed by James Jensen. She also did the writing, and her husband Robert Holmes did the fantastic music that's in this game. I don't think we need to watch the rest of this. You get the point. Let's go ahead and just get into the game here. Day 1. I dreamt of blood upon the shore, of eyes that spoke of sin. The lake was smooth and deep and black, as was her scented skin. Don't worry, I'm not going to have to do most of the reading in this game. Donk.
I bet. Just a minute. It lives, I see. Do you want to speak with Lolita?
No, I'm good.
I'm sorry, but Gabriel is allowed. Oh, I mean, he's out. Yeah, if he ever comes back, I'll tell him. You know, you could do better. I know I don't know you, but you could do better. Sure. Bye-bye. Good morning. The phone's been ringing off the hook all morning. Let me know when you want your messages.
Yeah.
Gee, you're lively. Did you have another nightmare last night?
Sort of.
I told you it's that voodoo book you're researching. That stuff can seriously screw up your karma.
I'm sure that's it. Maybe I should write a horror novel on passive resistance instead.
So don't sleep. It's your body. Anyway, your handheld tape recorder came today.
Really? Great.
I can't wait to see what human rights you violate with this one.
I can't wait to violate them.
It's only gonna
For
get
example,
more
if you would
rapey from
just let
here.
me-
And I located some local voodoo references for you. Dixieland Drugstore and the Historical Museum of Voodoo. Both are right here in French Quarter.
How would I ever manage without you?
You? Give me a break. The devil himself couldn't change you.
Well, if the devil had great legs, perhaps. Like yours.
I told you.
And a riveting personality, I'm sure. Well, if you need any more research done, just ask. It's not as though we're swamped with customers.
Alright, so we are Gabriel Knight, the owner and proprietor of the world's tiniest bookshop, St. George's Books in the French Quarter.
St. George's Books could use some serious renovation, but Gabriel likes to think that the place has character.
Just because you are a character doesn't mean you have character. So this, this is pretty much the last, if I'm not mistaken, the last traditional point-and-click game that Sierra ever made before moving to the King's Quest VII Phantasmagoria era of dumb cursors. Actually, you know what? I take that back. I think Space Quest V came out after this. Or is it Space Quest VI? The last one. It came out after this, and it used traditional cursors like this. Now, if you've played a lot of Sierra games in the past, then you probably don't need me to explain this to you, but I'm going to anyway. This game has a bunch of atypical cursors that you won't see in most of Sierra's games. Now, you have your traditional walk icon and your look icon, but then it starts to get a little bit, what the fuck is this shit? Well, Sierra had received a lot of complaints from their previous adventure games that the point-and-click cursors, they didn't really give you enough specificity in your actions, right? If you click the hand icon on something, how do you know if the player wants to pick it up, or push it, or operate it, or, I don't know, shove it in their pants, as you do with most inventory items in this game? So they added some icons, okay? So in addition to your normal walk and look, you have ask questions, interrogate, and you have stupid small talk that you don't use very much because it's pointless, as are most of these icons, but that's aside the point. You have the pick up icon that's fondling its little ball over here. Excuse me. Anyways, and you have the operate icon that allows you to operate things, to use things. The push icon that I'm not sure if you ever need to use. And the open icon, which opens doors and things.
If I want to open up, I'll go to a shrink.
See, just like that. So, we are Gabriel Knight, we are a novelist and the owner of this bookshop, and we're apparently investigating the Voodoo Murders for our novel that we're writing. We need a little bit of artistic inspiration, so to speak. So, let's begin this little adventure here. We're going to turn the music down just a little bit, and I don't know what this does, but we're going to turn it up, and we're going to max our detail, because I like detail. As with mini games, you can kind of see the things you can interact with pretty easily because they look painted on compared to everything else.
The magnifying glass is a handy item for reading old manuscripts or the fine print on Gabriel's lease.
So the narrator is definitely unique as far as adventure games go. Some people don't really like her work, but I think she adds some character to the game personally.
Mind if I borrow the magnifying glass?
I need it to
No,
find
Sherlock.
my penis.
Just bring it back when we get the next estate shipment.
No problem.
Yeah, I hope you're not expecting this to be a too mature look into this game. You're still on my channel.
I'm going to take the tweezers for a bit.
I need him to
Good.
jerk off my penis.
You're beginning to look a little scruffy.
Okay, moving
Just
on.
trying to make you feel at home.
If this game isn't scary enough, my attempts at humor certainly will be. Let's go ahead and read yonder newspaper
That
here.
doesn't work that way.
Okay, well, you don't operate a newspaper. This is the... I do have some issues with the cursor system. It's not that bad, but that's one of the things I mean, because this is not an inventory item. You're not going to pick it up, but if you want to read the newspaper...
Times Pick-up
There you go.
Dated June 18, 1993. The front page has an article about the Voodoo Murders. The article says that the victims are all identified as members of the underworld. The general public of New Orleans is in no danger. Police claim the so-called voodoo trappings found at the crime scenes are fake, a scare tactic. and that the murders are not associated with any genuine practitioners. Gabriel also scans the Aquarius horoscope for the day. Potential storms ahead. Proceed with caution, and do not get involved with anything new at this time.
Right.
Of course, all the horoscopes are going to be directly about the main character in this game. So they say the voodoo aspects are fake, but we'll see about that.
It's certainly light enough, but rather useless as Gabriel.
Okay, once again, I wasn't trying to pick up the cash register, but rather loot the cash register.
Gabriel opens the cash register to examine the take, or in the case of St. George books, the mistake.
Alright, adventure game characters can't carry money.
Gabriel, that's all the change money I have. Touch it, and you could kiss your hand goodbye.
You know, technically,
Would I do that to you?
this is my money. Okay, how about this thing then?
I trust you can live without this old gift certificate.
Knock yourself out.
And now we have a gift certificate to our own store. But you know, it's an adventure game, so if you can pick something up, you got to. And as with many of these games, there's a lot of dialogue. There's a lot of dialogue in this game, even by adventure game standards, so I hope you like listening to dialogue, because you're going to get a lot of it.
Got a minute, Grace?
What's up?
So,
What can you tell me about
you're
voodoo?
going to hear that a lot.
I didn't know much of anything about it until you started researching it for your book. Now I know that it's active in the city. There's that shop and museum. It can clearly be dangerous in the wrong hands. You should be careful investigating it.
Do you know anything else about voodoo?
I've told you all I know. Sorry I can't be more help.
So as you just saw, sometimes you can click on things and you'll get more dialogue options after you explore them. And this game has a pretty unique little dialogue system. It's not bad.
What do you know about the Voodoo Murders?
Just what I read in the paper, same as you.
And that is...
What can you tell me about New Orleans?
Well, I've only been here 2 months, but I love it. It's so much more alive than any place I've been. It feels like anything's possible here.
Tell me about yourself.
Tell me about yourself, Grace.
Yeah, right, Knight.
I mean it.
What do you want to know?
Let's see, what can we ask? Literally the first thing we can do is more sexual harassment.
How come we haven't gone out yet?
I'm still waiting around for that lobotomy. As soon as I get it, I'll let you know.
Sweet.
What do you do after work?
Well, I either go to my oil painting class or my Tai Chi. You know that.
You know, you can go overboard with this improving yourself stuff. You don't want to alienate us mere mortals.
I suppose I should just allow my mind and body to atrophy.
Works for me.
Alright,
How do you like working?
how do you
at
like
St.
me being
George's
your
book?
boss?
Well, it's not exactly a huge intellectual challenge. Although the math in your record books could confuse Einstein. Still, I love old books, and it's a nice way to pay the bills while I explore the city for a summer. If you ever pay me, that is.
Yeah, that's,
How old are you?
Old enough to know about men like you.
Nothing, I guess.
Suit yourself.
Alright, moving on. Let's get to the actual meat of this stuff.
Do you have messages for me?
Dana called, and Susie left a message about a lawsuit.
Toss 'em.
Okie dokie. There's more when you want 'em.
Do you have more messages for me?
Do you have more messages for me?
Your grandmother called.
I keep meaning to get over there. What did she say? Did she sound good?
She sounded great, and we had a nice little chat about you.
Grace.
Don't worry. I didn't go into detail about your cardinal sins. Not that anything about you could surprise her. She adores you anyway.
She's my girl.
But she said to remind you to stop by and go through your father's things.
More
Okay.
inventory items.
Do you have more messages for me?
Here's a strange one. You got a call from someone named Wolfgang Ritter? He said he was calling from Germany. He told me it was urgent, maybe you should give him a call.
Call Germany. Like hell. If it's really important, he'll call back.
Well, fine. Let's just hope he's not with the German lottery for pitiful American authors.
Yeah, she gives Gabriel a lot of shit. He pretty much deserves it.
Do you have more messages for me?
Your friend Detective Mosley called. Talkative, isn't he?
Especially with you. What do you want?
He left an interesting message. He told me to tell you that his mother's maiden name is Humphrey. Oh, that's Humphrey.
Fascinating.
And that he left some photos for you at the station. At the front desk.
It's about time.
Gabriel, those photos wouldn't have anything to do with the Voodoo Murders, would they?
An author has
Now, why
a
would you say
certain
something like
obligation to
that?
their audience.
Because I know you. You're getting privileged information, aren't you? Did you tell him you'd put him in your new voodoo book?
A writer has certain obligation to his readers, you know.
That's what he says.
Gabriel, you know you'll never put him in your book. Your main character is a female orthodontist. You're gonna be reincarnated as a pit bull if you keep screwing with your karma.
As long as it's a male pit bull with a real
And we're moving
big-
on.
That's enough. Thanks. Anyway, that's all the messages. Thank God.
So I would like to point out this story is written by a woman, because otherwise, I don't know. It doesn't really make Gabriel's dialogue that much better. But it's Tim Curry. You gotta love him. He's like the baby in the dinosaurs. I apologize for that reference. Please downvote this video. Moving on. Let's get out of here. We have more inventory items to pick up and some more stuff to explore. And this is a nice bedroom. Nice and cluttered and looks like shit.
Mardi Gras mementos left by some female or other.
This guy really likes Mardi
A
Gras.
poster on the wall advertises Mardi Gras, the biggest party of the year in New Orleans.
And we have a
The
typewriter.
typewriter is beginning to accumulate cobwebs.
Should I feel guilty? Nah.
That's antiquated even for the 90s. Well, we're a writer. Let's do some work.
Writer's block.
You didn't even try. Alright. Well, there's some stuff here we can loot while we're here.
I'll take this hair gel. You never know when you'll need a touch-up.
Now we have this,
Gabriel Knight.
this fleshlight over here. And we'll just yoink that.
I might need a flashlight.
That took me an embarrassingly long time to find when I was actually playing this game originally. And I didn't play this game when I was a kid because my parents had some sense and didn't let me play this game. But I played this game when I was like 20-something, and I still thought it was a pretty good game, even playing it much later than it came out. But it took me forever to find that damn flashlight. It shouldn't have, but it did. We have the shirts here.
There is
Let's take some clothes.
All my clothes look the same, so why change them?
That's not a good attitude. Alright, what's in this refrigerator? God, these icons. What's in here?
Gabriel, shut the refrigerator, please. I could smell it from here.
Women.
Yeah, you need to... Gabriel needs to clean up his life a little bit. Relatable, I guess. Let's get on out of here. Well, we got some leads on this voodoo stuff. We have a voodoo shop and a voodoo museum. We can go ask around there and, you know, be insensitive as always. Let's get on out of here.
I'll be back later.
Uh-huh.
Alright, and this is the map screen here, where we can go to different little locations around the city, and more locations will pop up as we discover more stuff. Starting off with, let's just head on. We'll make a little sweep here. We'll go to the Dixieland drugstore right quick. And we have a badass little motorcycle here. That's how you know. That's how you know he's a badass. The little animated cutscenes don't really look the best.
Hi. Uh-huh.
This was the early 90s though, like a CD was huge, alright? You never needed more storage space than like 700 megabytes. Oh, this place looks interesting. We have some garlic over here in case you need to fight the vampires.
a variety of cloth dolls are arranged above the shelf, each impaled with a single silver pin.
I don't know if you need to be that dramatic about it.
The poster reads, "Power will be yours when you use Papa Legba's power drawing incense and Master Power oil. Buy some today."
And this looks like some kind of alligator priest over here.
The mask appears to be made from a real crocodile head.
Can we take it?
To get the mask, Gabriel would have to buy it.
Well, cool. How are you doing?
Mind if I ask you a few questions?
Ask what you want, I'll answer what I want.
Cool.
Can you tell me what you know about voodoo?
This is a novelty shop, monsieur.
Well, novel me, please. What about the Voodoo Murders?
What do you know about the Voodoo Murders?
Cabriz Sancour.
What did you say?
Nothing. Those killings have nothing to do with my shop, monsieur.
What does Cabriz Sancour mean?
What did you mean when you said Cabriz Sancour?
I didn't say that.
You did. I heard you say it.
You heard wrong, monsieur. I said no such thing.
Uh-huh. You sure you don't know what it means?
What did you mean when you...
I didn't say...
Okay, yeah, he just says the same thing over and over again. We don't need to ask him about New Orleans. Nobody cares.
Tell me about yourself.
My name's Willie Walker. I own the place.
Well, you've been a big help. Well, I'm not gonna buy anything, so bye. Well, that was great. That was one of our voodoo resources. You want to see another? Let's go to the Historical Voodoo Museum, yeah. See if we can find anything else out
Look around all
about
you want.
the
Okay,
non-voodoo related voodoo murders.
A balcony
I
surrounds.
actually just wanted the general
The
description.
Historical Voodoo Museum is brimming with items authentic and original.
Some cool mask over here.
Reminds me of a book critic for the New York Times. He's got more hair than Mosley.
Okay. I was hoping for a description, not the commentary, but okay.
An official voodoo wishing stump. Rub it and make a wish, a card says.
Funny, I say the same thing to women.
You can keep count of all the weird statements he makes, okay? I'm not gonna do it. And there's some dude out here.
A street drummer has settled outside the museum.
It looks like they have some kind of snake up
A
here.
very large, very formidable looking snake is secured in a plexiglass cage.
I'm really not a fan of snakes. I do not like snakes. They scare the shit out of me. I don't like it. Looks like there's a little switch over here.
It's an electrical switch.
Little skelly boy.
Damn. I've always wanted a skeleton with a bowl on its head.
Cool.
On the table is a small coffin. So small, in fact, that it would only fit an infant.
Morbid.
Charming.
Alright, what can we wish for?
I wish my voodoo book hits the bestseller list.
Just gotta write it first. Let's play with the light switch.
What does this switch do?
Hey, turn that off.
I didn't mean...
Dr. John told me never turn on that fan.
Seems
I can
to
see why.
really piss off the snake when you do that. Alright, anyway, we're here for information, so let's get some information. Enough fucking around.
Could I ask you a few questions?
No.
I wouldn't be much help. You should talk to Dr. John, the owner. He'll be back tomorrow.
Well,
I see. Thank you.
Son of a bitch. Well, that's 2 for 2 for these voodoo resources. Guess we should just check the Wikipedia
I'll be
article.
gone now, thanks.
So long.
Well, what other leads do we have? This is the Jackson Square Lookout, and I don't think you ever need to go there in the entire game. The Napoleon House is a little bar. There's no reason for us to go there right now, nothing interesting, I'll spare you. But we did have a message from Mosley, so we can go and check up on that. Get those pictures he left for us. Maybe we'll see if he's here too. How you doing, buddy? Let me talk to you.
Got a second, officer?
What can I do you for?
You cannot do me at all.
What can you tell me about voodoo?
Me? Nothing. I'm a Catholic boy.
This guy sounds like, what's that dude's name? He does a lot of voice acting.
What do you know about the Voodoo Murders?
I'm not allowed to give out information on police cases.
Can you just tell me what's like in the newspaper?
What can you tell me about New Orleans?
I'll tell you, I'm glad as hell it's not Mardi Gras. If it weren't for that 1 month a year, being a cop in New Orleans would be a real pleasure. As it is, I'd rather stick behind this desk.
Anyway, do you know what Cabrique Encore means?
Do you know what Cabrice Encore means?
Can't say that I do.
Well, that's great. I came here for some photographs.
I was supposed to pick up some photos from Detective Mosley at the front desk.
Is that right? And who are you?
My name is Knight. Gabriel Knight.
Yeah, I got something for you, all right. As soon as you're done talking, I'll give it to you.
You know, we're just friends, you know. We're not gonna get too personal. Anyways, so how is old Mosley?
I'm here to see Detective Mosley.
He's out at the crime scene. Sorry.
Well, where's that?
Where is the crime scene? Is it related to the Voodoo Murders?
Crime scene information is police confidential. We don't need any more looky-loos than are probably already there.
Okay, well, you've been a...
Here's that envelope for you, Gabriel Knight.
You've been a moderate amount of help.
Thanks.
Alright, we have more garbage in our inventory now. Let's go ahead and open this yonder envelope.
Gabriel opens the manila envelope and finds 2 photographs.
We have a...
The photograph of Mosley was apparently taken upon his graduation from the police academy. He had hair then.
Cool. And we have the more interesting picture.
One of the photos from Mosley is an official Voodoo Murders crime scene shot. A graphic close-up of a victim.
Gnarly.
Alrighty,
well, that'll give me nightmares. Alright, well, we have some photographs and basically no leads. Apparently there's a crime scene that Mosley's at right now, but we don't know where that's at. We said we'd visit Grandma, so let's go ahead and do that right quick.
Gabriel, I'm so glad you stopped by.
Sorry it's been a while, Grandma.
Not at all. Give us a kiss.
I will not. That wasn't
Now, come and sit down.
That was a hug.
Tell me how you're doing.
Well, to tell you the truth, Grandma, I just came here for inventory items.
I'm going to go up to the attic, Gran.
Be careful of the dust.
Alright, and we can see there's a little book right here.
I think I'll take Daddy's sketchbook with me.
As an adventure game character, can't just go to the fucking Dollar General and get a notebook. You have to find the special notebook. Let's go ahead and have a look inside.
Images haunt the pages of Philip Knight's sketchbook, the way they must have haunted his mind. The images touch a deep chord in Gabriel. So familiar are they that he finds it hard to believe they aren't from his own subconscious.
Alright, so we've been having nightmares. Apparently my deceased father was having nightmares as well. And he also has the only notebook in the entire world. So the reason I came here, we're not going to do the whole dialogue with Grandma just yet. We will come back here later on, but I'll spare you the dialogue for now. But the reason I came here is because you actually need this sketchbook to write down clues and stuff that you find. And if you don't find it early on, you have to do a lot of backtracking, so I just went ahead and grabbed it right now.
I better get going.
All right, dear.
Yeah, I just came by to get a notebook. Bye! We'll share another hug, and we're gonna get the hell on out of here. Alright, so where we need to go next is Jackson Square. And the first of a few kind of challenging puzzles in this game. I do think this game has some of the harder puzzles in a Sierra adventure game. They're not completely unfair, but they are a little bit on the rougher side.
Ambulance
Oop. What?
Could I ask you a few questions?
Not now, buddy. I'm busy.
I should have noticed that. Thanks.
Yeah, right.
His thing just said there was an ambulance being called somewhere.
Good day, officer.
Yeah, you too. Keep moving.
Homicide team attend.
Only we could get to his radio for a little while. We might be able to figure out where Mosley's crime scene's at.
That doesn't...
Can we just...
Gabriel doesn't need to take the radio to listen to it.
Does need to get rid of the cop, though.
The police officer wouldn't take offense at that.
He wouldn't? Sounds like he would. We got like some blues players over here. Pretty cool. Are you sure this is as fast as you can move? Oh no, we can move much faster than that. Oh look, it's another one of the drummers.
A lone drummer beats out a haunting rhythm on a large African drum.
How you doing, buddy?
The drummer is busy.
Yeah, everyone's just so busy they can't talk to me these days. Very sad. I just want a little bit of company. Oh dear, what's this?
It's one of those mimes. Oh boy.
I see. Well, there's no one walking around to give you the clue, so I'll just tell you. If you get close enough to this guy, he'll start following you around like an asshole. Okay? And he'll follow and harass people and make people upset. So your little puzzle here is that you can take him over to the police officer to kind of scare him away, if you will. Or annoy him away, more like.
Hey, cut that out. I told you to stop that. All right, mister. You want some of this?
Gabriel picks up the headset and listens.
Ambulance 911, have you located the crime scene? They've radioed for you 3 times.
Damn! Did you say it was north of the Lake Retreat Country Club?
South. Lakeside Drive north of Piedmont Pier, south of the country club.
Man, I don't know if it's the clouds out here today or what. Good thing this guy's already dead.
Alrighty.
Everyone's having trouble. Must have been hallucinogens in the coffee this morning.
It's just so misty out here or something. Hey, I see a squad car. Got it, Molly.
Thank God. Have a good one, 9-1.
Interesting.
Stupid mime. Hey you, get away from that bike.
I was just
Sorry.
admiring it. It's a very nice motorcycle. Hey, you can get back to doing nothing at all. Have a good day. Alright, so we have an address now. We can go and interrupt an active crime scene. It's for the book, people. It's for a good cause.
The crime scene team is still at the site. Gabriel parks a bit out of the way and walks over to avoid adding to the general confusion.
Howdy. So, how you guys doing?
Hey, mostly. Huh? Knight, you wiener, I told you not to call me that.
Feeling jumpy?
Who, me? Don't be stupid. How'd you find me?
Oh, I was just driving by.
Well, for the book. But don't tell anyone I let you see this, huh?
You got fucked up pretty bad. It's really cool.
It's another one. As you can see, same MO and no frickin' clues. We're still waiting on an ID for the body.
That's disgusting. Isn't this a rather, public area for this kind of thing?
Yeah, they're frickin' ghosts, these guys. Lakeshore Drive isn't exactly the 10 expressway, but it is open to the public. No reports and nothing. Now, who the hell is that?
We gotta... Oh, hello. Gabriel's dopey face. That's the look of charm right there.
Good day, Miss Getty.
What's going on, officer?
Detective Mosley, ma'am. We've got a little problem here, but nothing for you to be concerned about, Miss Getty.
I see. Thank you, Detective. And good day, gentlemen.
Whoa, I'm in love.
Forget it. That's Malia Getty. She's about as far out of your reach as the moon. Probably on her way to meet some guy with a yacht right now.
Near here?
The lake's a popular place for country clubs.
If she's out here a lot, maybe she saw something or heard something.
Man, nobody ever sees or hears nothing. I told you. Besides, you just don't go around bothering people like her.
Maybe you don't.
We've about wrapped it up, sir. It's another clean sweep.
Yeah, let's get the meat wagon moving then.
Do you want to leave an officer here, sir?
Nah, just leave the tape up for a few days.
Yes, sir. If you'll excuse us, sir, we'll take him away.
I need to poke around on the body first. There might be some inventory items there.
Stick around and take notes for the book if you want. Watch out for the muck in the water moccasins, though. I'll be back at the station. Stop by if you want to go over the case some more.
Thanks.
Those animations seem pretty impressive for 1993, at least to me. Alright, so we've now just been left here to tamper with evidence and fuck with stuff, because why not?
Lake Pontchartrain is impressive. It measures 24 miles across and stretches as far as the eye can see.
I think I've mentioned...
But you wouldn't want to swim in it.
I think I've mentioned it in previous videos, but I've always kind of wanted to drive over the causeway and over Lake Pontchartrain. Seems like it'd be a pretty cool little experience. There's some blood here.
Oh, damn the spot. Will these pristine banks ne'er be cleaned again?
Okay. Well, I'm not the only one with a questionable sense of humor today. How about we look at it with a magnifying glass? It's blood.
Gabriel is...
No, just tell me about it. Gotta find my eyes. Where are we?
It's extremely big, bloody sand.
Well, that was helpful. Alright, how about these little symbol things
The
over
lines
here?
in the sand are fairly large. Magnification wouldn't make them any clearer.
See, and I've played this game before. I know which ones to... Well, I don't know which ones to use, but I know what you need to look at.
There seems to be a pattern to the lines in the sand.
So neither the eye...
But if there is a pattern, it's smeared. There's only one small area that's clearly defined.
I see. Well, good thing I got my daddy's notebook. I can make a copy of it.
Let me try to get this down.
Because otherwise, we would have to come back here, and I don't want to do that. Now, if you have a keen eye, you might see something else on this screen that we need to do. But if you can't find it, don't feel too bad. It's this little patch of grass over here that looks ever so slightly different from the rest of the grass. Alright, I don't know if I need to use my hand or eyes or what on it. Let's go look over here.
Gabriel doesn't need any grass.
I disagree.
Patches of grass have managed to survive life on the banks of Lake Pontchartrain.
And I know what to do in this game, folks.
There are marks in the grass, as though some heavy wire object had been set there.
And it looks like we have a thing.
Something small and iridescent is barely visible among the indentations. It looks like a scale of some sort.
Well, you can't pick it up with your big fat fingers. You need tweezers.
Gabriel carefully uses the tweezers to take the small iridescent scale.
I think it's a snake scale, but it beats the hell out of me what kind.
Alright, well, there was a snake in the swamp. I know, it's very hard to believe, but there was a snake in the swamps. And there were these marks over here that were totally not real voodoo, but just look like voodoo, and there's blood that's not interesting, apparently. Anyway, we have thankfully seen all there is to see at this here crime scene. And we're almost done with our first day here, if I'm not mistaken.
Please.
Oh my god. Alright, so let's all head on back to St. George's Books for today. We have some,
I knew you'd miss me. So I came back.
The excitement of seeing you is killing me.
We have some air quotes research to have our friend here do. Let's go ahead and ask her to research some stuff for us.
Got a minute, Grace?
Yeah.
Could you do some research for me?
Sure. What?
Have you ever heard of Malia Getty? I'm really horny.
Could you see what you can find out about a woman named Malia Getty?
The name Getty sounds familiar. What's your interest in her?
Oh, just, you know, stuff about the Voodoo Murders. If you could get an address...
They're murders. Right. I'll see what I can find out. Anything else?
No.
I can't think of anything.
Okay. Well... it's about closing time.
So it is. Good night, Gracie.
Good night, Gabriel. And try not to dream, okay?
Yeah, that's not really an effort-based thing, you know. It kind of just happens. That was a very short day. That's what my days off feel like. As it turns out, Gabriel did dream. And they were shit. Day 2. A mask I wore as I approached, I was what I am not, and though the pattern was unclear, its meaning could be bought. That's what they used to call hints back in the day. All these little things at the beginning of every day are they're clues for what you need to do that day. Not that you have to worry about that, you're just along for the ride.
Good morning. Don't you look swell today? Actually, swollen.
Kill me.
So have some. There's a fresh pot on the table. Seriously, you look like hell. Your hair is sticking straight up like a... Oh, it always does that. Never mind.
Ha ha.
Did you dream about the fire and the hang guy and that lion thing last night?
I'm very predictable, you
Leopard, not lion. Did you get anything on Malia Getty?
Well, I did get her address, but you're a little out of your league here, big fella. The Gettys own 3 local hospitals, just to name a few of their assets. They run in very high circles.
Did you get an address?
I got the address. I suppose this has nothing to do with the fact that Malia Getty is incredibly gorgeous. I should have known you wouldn't go for a rich, ugly socialite.
And that address is...
I have no standards.
Hey! Far be it from me to postpone your total humiliation. It's 557 West Ingram. That's a garden district, a state city.
That's all I wanted to know. And yes, my dear, Malia Getty is the most dangerous-looking diversion I've ever seen. Ouch!
Oy, men.
Alright. So I didn't mention it earlier, but this game actually had a semi-recent remake done of it not too long ago, and it did change some of the positions of the items. Like, I think the notebook is actually either here or you begin the game with it. You don't have to go find it, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, that brings us to the end of day 1, and that seems like a pretty natural stopping point for this first video. If you're not exactly thrilled yet, don't worry. The game will pick up a little bit, and the story does start to get quite a bit more interesting from here on out, I should think. We have a pretty good, pretty interesting things to see this chapter. And we get to see Michael Dorn's character, and he's quite a lot of fun. Anyway, thank you for watching. Hopefully you'll enjoy this as a little bit of semi-peaceful Halloween-themed content with a healthy helping of dick jokes and Gabriel Knight being slightly uncomfortable. I'm going to go ahead and save the game here. That looks like shit for some reason, but we're going to go with it. As always, thank you very much for watching. Take care of yourselves, guys.